30 years ago, I was building companies and leading engineering teams, but the thing that taught me more about business than any boardroom ever did was this: an Ironman triathlon, 2.4-mile swim, 112-mile bike, and a 26.2-mile run. You learn a lot about what you can do if you work hard and believe in yourself. 31 Ironman finishes, and the Ironman World Championship in Kona, Hawaii, the pinnacle of the endurance sports world. When you train for something that takes 12, 17 hours to complete, you stop believing in shortcuts. And that mindset changed everything about how I build businesses. Welcome to Startup Venture Lab. I'm JT, and if you're new here, let me give you the 30-second version of who I am and why I'm qualified to talk about this topic. I've spent over 3 decades as a CTO and technology executive. I co founded and scaled a streaming platform for endurance sports, which eventually became a B2B SaaS company serving corporate sports and fitness organizations worldwide. I've built distributed engineering teams across multiple countries, navigated acquisitions, launched products from zero to revenue, and made just about every startup mistake you can make. I've also built and consulted for companies in e-commerce, logistics, AI automation, and fundraising technology. I run a cold email personalization platform, a high school sports fundraising company, and I still take on technical advisory work for clients who need serious executional firepower. But here's what ties all of that together. Whether it was an Ironman race or a product launch, the principle is identical. You build systems, you train consistently, you respect the process, and you do not quit when it gets hard. Today's video is about direct selling. And before you click away thinking this is an MLM pitch, stick with me for 60 seconds, because what I'm going to share today applies directly to how you think about sales, income diversification, and entrepreneurial strategy in any business you're building. Let me tell you exactly who this video is built for, because I respect your time. This is for aspiring entrepreneurs exploring income models. It's for side hustlers looking for structured, scalable opportunities. It's for small business owners curious about adding a direct sales channel to what they're already building. And it's for anyone who has been approached about a direct selling opportunity and wants the unfiltered truth before deciding. By the end of this video, you will understand the fundamentals of how direct selling actually works. You'll know the real pros and cons that most people gloss over. You'll understand the 3 primary business models and how to choose the one that fits you. You'll know how to vet a company and product before you commit. You'll have the strategies that separate 6-figure earners from people who quit after 90 days. And you'll know honestly whether this path is right for you. That's a lot. Let's get into it. Okay, Steve, let's roll that hip new intro.
Startup Venture Lab. Woo! Turn ideas into cash. Yeah. No more 9 to 5. Hey. Ooh, woo. Boss out, stand out, go fast. Let's build a dream that lasts.
Before I get too far into it, click the link in the description below for the detailed ebook on this topic. Okay, direct selling is a $180 billion global industry, not a niche, not a trend, a massive established channel that transforms products into income through personal relationships rather than traditional retail. At its core, direct selling means you are the bridge between a product and the customer who needs it. No storefront required, no massive inventory investment, no corporate middleman taking the margin. You, the product, the relationship. Look at the comparison on screen. When I built my first software company, I was burning through capital before I had a single paying customer. Direct selling flips that model entirely. Low barrier to entry, company provided infrastructure, and you are operating in the market on day one. Now, that does not mean it's easy. I want to be very clear about that. But the structural advantages are real, and you need to understand them before we talk about the work required. Here is something that most people get wrong. They look at direct selling as a product distribution job. The best direct sellers do not think that way. They think like business builders. They build systems, nurture relationships, and create customer experiences that generate repeat business. Sound familiar? That's what every great entrepreneur does. Let me give you the honest version of both sides. I have no interest in selling you on direct selling. I want to give you the kind of analysis you'd get from a friend who has built real businesses, the advantages. First, low financial barrier. We already covered the cost comparison. For under $1,000, you can have a real business with real products, real training, and real infrastructure behind you. That is genuinely rare. Second, flexibility. You control your schedule. That matters enormously if you are a parent, a caregiver, someone building a side income alongside a day job, or pause someone like me who needs their mornings free for training. Third, built-in infrastructure. The parent company gives you training, marketing materials, technology platforms, and customer service support. Building that from scratch in any other business model costs tens of thousands of dollars and months of time. Now, the challenges, and these are real. Income variability is the number one shock for new direct sellers. There is no paycheck. Some weeks are exceptional, some weeks are slow. If you don't have an emergency fund and a plan for the lean periods, that pressure will cause most people to quit before they've built real momentum. Market saturation is real in popular companies. If you join a well-known direct selling brand and you're the fifth rep in your zip code, you have a differentiation problem. You need a unique approach, a specific customer niche, or a geographic expansion strategy. Self-discipline. The freedom to set your own schedule is a double-edged sword. Without external structure, many people work inconsistently. The ones who build six-figure direct selling businesses treat it like a job with scheduled hours, weekly targets, and daily non-negotiables. And this one surprises people most. Personal development is mandatory. Direct selling will expose every gap in your skill set: public speaking, digital marketing, leadership, emotional resilience. The business grows exactly as fast as you grow, which honestly I think is a feature, not a bug. Here is the Ironman parallel I want you to sit with. I have seen incredibly fit, talented athletes drop out of races because they didn't respect the preparation. And I have seen seemingly ordinary people cross that finish line because they had a plan and they executed it no matter what. Direct selling is the same arena. There are three primary direct selling models you need to understand. Each one has a completely different profile of income potential, time investment, and personality fit. Model 1, single level marketing. This is direct selling in its purest form. You sell, you earn. Your income is a direct function of your personal sales effort and nothing else. Commission rates typically run 20% to 40%. No team structure to manage, no recruiting quotas, just you and your customers. This model is ideal if you want simplicity, you value customer relationships deeply, and you don't want the complexity of managing a team. The ceiling is lower than MLM, but the clarity is higher, and sophisticated SLM sellers use automation, strategic partnerships, and referral systems to punch well above what the model might suggest. Model 2, multi-level marketing. This is where the income potential scales dramatically and where the complexity scales with it. In MLM, you earn from your own sales and from the sales activity of the team you recruit and develop beneath you. The opportunity is real. There are MLM leaders running organizations that generate millions in annual sales. But here is what nobody tells you at the recruitment meeting. Building a sustainable MLM organization is a leadership challenge, not a sales challenge. Your income depends on how well you recruit, train, retain, and develop other business builders. If you don't want to be in the people development business, MLM is the wrong model for you. Model 3, the party plan model. This is relationship-based selling through social events, either in person or virtual. Think product demonstrations in a living room or a live streamed event where 50 people tune in to see a product in action, ask questions, and buy in real time. The party plan model has been completely reinvented by digital tools, live streaming, virtual showrooms, augmented reality product trials, social media event rooms. The best practitioners are running hybrid experiences that combine the personal warmth of a home party with the reach of digital platforms. Which model is right for you? Ask yourself three questions. One, do I want to focus purely on selling or do I want to build and lead a team? Two, how much income complexity and variability am I comfortable with? Three, am I more energized by one on one relationships or group social dynamics? Your answers will point you toward the model that fits your natural strengths. This is where most people make their biggest mistake. They get excited about the income potential and skip the due diligence. Do not do that. This evaluation phase is the foundation of everything that follows. When evaluating a company, look for at minimum 5 years of consistent growth, request distributor retention rates, and ask what percentage of reps are still active after 12 months. Review their legal compliance history. Look at how they navigated economic downturns or regulatory changes. Companies that operate with transparency under pressure are worth partnering with. Companies that deflect those questions are a red flag. On the product side, the single most important question is this: would people buy this product if there were no income opportunity attached to it? That is the line between a legitimate direct selling business and something that will eventually collapse. Look for products that solve real problems and create repeat purchases. Consumable products that customers reorder monthly create sustainable income. One-time purchase products require constant new customer acquisition, which is an exhausting treadmill. On compensation, pull out a spreadsheet and model 3 scenarios before you sign anything. Scenario 1, personal sales only, no team. What does your income look like at 10, 20, and 30 hours per week? Scenario 2, moderate team building. Scenario 3, aggressive leadership growth. If the math only works in scenario 3 and that requires recruiting 50 people, you need to understand that going in, not 6 months later. Let's talk about what actually separates the people who build sustainable income from the people who quit. This is the operational layer that most training content skips. Layer 1, customer acquisition. Stop thinking like a salesperson and start thinking like a problem solver. Build detailed customer personas, not just demographics, psychographics. What does your ideal customer worry about? What do they search at midnight? What problem are they willing to pay to solve? When you know that, your marketing writes itself. Build an acquisition funnel with multiple touch points, awareness through educational content, interest through demonstrations and success stories, consideration through samples or limited time offers, purchase through a frictionless ordering process, loyalty through VIP programs and referral incentives. This is not complicated, but you have to build it intentionally. Layer 2, digital marketing. Your online presence is your storefront. And unlike a physical storefront, it never closes. Build a mobile optimized presence, maintain consistent branding across platforms, create content that educates first and sells second. The sellers who build trust before they pitch always outperform the ones who lead with product. Email marketing is the most underutilized tool in direct selling. It does not have the reach of social media, but it converts at a far higher rate because you own that list. Build welcome sequences for new subscribers. Segment your list by interest and purchase history. Send content that is genuinely useful. That foundation compounds over time. Layer 3, operational systems. I am a systems person. I believe the quality of your systems determines the ceiling of your business. Document your customer management process. Automate your follow-up sequences. Use a CRM. Track your financials in a separate business account from day one. These are not optional for serious builders. Layer 4, performance optimization. Track your key performance indicators weekly. Customer acquisition cost, average order value, customer retention rate, email open rates, conversion rates by channel. The numbers tell you where to focus. Without them, you are running on gut feel, and gut feel loses to data every time in a competitive market. Before you make any decision, I want you to do an honest self-assessment. And I mean honest. The goal here is not to talk you into anything or out of anything. The goal is clarity. On the internal side, ask yourself, Am I the kind of person who gets more motivated after a setback or more discouraged? Because there will be setbacks. Am I willing to invest in my own development continuously? Because this business grows at the speed of your growth. And am I genuinely excited about the products I would represent? Because if you wouldn't buy them yourself, you cannot sell them authentically. On the external side, do you have 6 months of personal financial reserves so that early income variability doesn't create panic decisions? Do you have 10 to 15 hours per week you can dedicate consistently? And do you have a network, even a small one, in your target customer demographic? Here is the truth I want you to carry with you. Direct selling is a legitimate path to entrepreneurship for people who respect the business model. It is not a lottery ticket. It is not a shortcut. It is a business. And like any business, it rewards people who plan, execute consistently, and never stop developing their skills. I have built enough companies to tell you that the discipline, the relationship skills, and the systems thinking required to succeed in direct selling are the same ones required to succeed in any business. If you can win here, you can win anywhere. Here is your action plan coming out of this video. Step 1. Decide which of the 3 models fits your personality and goals. Step 2. Identify 2 or 3 companies in that model and run them through the due diligence checklist we covered. Step 3. Do the financial modeling before you commit. Run the math in 3 scenarios. Step 4. Build your customer persona before you sell your first product. Know who you are serving. Step 5. Set up your systems before you need them. CRM, financial tracking, content calendar. Build the infrastructure first. If this video gave you value, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any important topic. It genuinely helps this channel reach more entrepreneurs who need this kind of content. Subscribe to Startup Venture Lab free community because we do this every week. Practical, operator level content for people who are serious about building real businesses. Drop a comment below and tell me which of the 3 direct selling models resonates most with you and why. I read every comment and I respond. And remember what I learned crossing 31 Ironman finish lines. The race does not go to the fastest starter. It goes to the one who respects the process, trains consistently, and refuses to quit when it gets hard. Build your business the same way. I am JT. I'll see you in the next one.